What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name is Tam, and I'm joined with
James.
It's Jeff.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UniVersus topics as well as some of our own. We sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, if you like that and you want to go out and support us, please go out to patreon.com/TCG University, just like all of these amazing people have. We have Addie, Andrew Dang, Anthony Albano, Bryce Rasak, Chris Miner, Clay Cardwell, Jacob Arshan Masur, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jesse Cervini, Jesse Morrison, Jesse Nix, John Stone, Justin Farce, Justin Hobbs. Guys, I need you to knock it off with the J names. Kat Maria, Kevin Broberg, Kieran Vision, Lucinda Letica,
We have 2 pages?
Law.
I think it's actually supposed to be Okami.
Okami Law. Orlando Valdez Sandos, Paul Casagrande, Peyton Kiker, Ransom MacArthur, Samantha Stevens, the baddest bitch around, Sean O'Brien, Theodore Ruiz, and Tyler Zampies. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you guys. It's so crazy. We got another patron today. It's
2 pages.
so crazy. Thank you guys so much. Just like if you want to go and support us, you get a bunch of extra really awesome stuff like being automatically entered into a Patreon contest that we have going on, as well as getting VIP on Twitch, as well as getting the podcast early and live, just like so many of you are doing right now. But if you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally chill. You can find us for free out on YouTube, youtube.com/TCG University, as well as all the other podcasts that we do with ads, without the pre and the post show. It's also available on podcast services around the globe. Lastly, check out Facebook and Twitch for the other social medias. And the big thing this month is I want to talk about our exclusive merch. We've been trying to do this exclusive merch thing for months and months and months. But at the Spirit Squad level this month until the beginning of it's August, so it'd be September.
Yeah.
By September 1st, if you're not signed up, you're not going to get a chance to get this super red
Lanyard.
TCG University lanyard. Be cool.
Whoa.
Be super cool.
Next month is life counters.
Next month's life counters.
Yeah.
Little TCG wooden life counters.
Yeah.
Handmade by Cards Custom Build.
Yeah.
Actually insane. We would love to,
Card Custom Build.
we would love to give him 1,000 of those to make. That'd be really rad. Lastly, make sure that you check out the giveaway video that I made out here on the channel to give away both 2 Mortal Kombat DLCs. Make sure you go out and you sub out on Twitch, as well as the Genesis Battle of Champions 2-player starter pack, where all you have to do is comment on the video, on that YouTube video proper, and you get entered in to win it. We're brought to you by Cards Custom Build, Ink Gaming, and Dex Protection, but I'll talk about those a bit later. For now, fellas, how has your week in UniVersus been? Hit me with it.
Today's the first day of UniVersus for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't done anything in like 2 weeks.
Any
My
particular
bad.
reason?
We've had a 2-week vacation. Everybody. I might have done some
Jeff,
sorting.
how about you, man? How about you?
It's all right.
Well, I streamed a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, no, I kept
like
seeing
a
posts.
like a ton. I tried to stream like every single day that I could.
The problem I had was you had the snowball.
Yeah.
And I needed. Are you using? We'll talk about it later. I need one of the USB multiple things if we're not using both, but I think you are, so we might have to find the third one.
Yep. Yeah. I streamed a whole hell of a lot. I played a bunch of different games. I think I played like 3, 4. I think I played like 6 or 7 games actually with just different people. I played one of my first games, I believe, ever with Chris Bromley. Big shout outs to him. Go sub to Unfun Stuff out on YouTube, making great content with Phil Birch.
The Birch and Bromley show.
I played a couple games with Tim. I did a bit of a stream with Tim talking about the set, which we're going to talk about in the post show.
Real spiteful about that, huh?
No. Nice guy. Yeah, you saw a lot of Astaroth because I had 2 Astaroth decks made, Astaroth 1 and 2. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna stream, and then you never came over to get any the movies and stuff.
Yeah. It's because I was supposed to go over.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, I'm going to be there all freaking day.
Oh, dude, cool. I'm going to be at work. I have work all day. That sucks.
Cool.
But I needed the microphone, and you had that.
Yeah. So. It's true. So, I guess that was our weeks. I don't really have a ton planned. So, chat, if you want to jump in, it's not that it's been a slow. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I guess I can also pull that up.
What are we talking about?
The first thing I want to talk about is actually what happened tonight. So we're recording tonight on a little bit of a different regiment, and we're going to try and do this from now on. It's going to be on Tuesday nights after our campus championship. We played. There was a really. I'm going to use the word lame. I'll just use it. The really lame deck in the. What am I even looking for right now? This one. There was a really lame deck in the finals, and so they made it all the way up. And so my question is Combat Ash okay? And I'll push it off to you guys. Is Combat Ash okay? Spoilers, he won the campus championship.
I think it's fine.
Do you think the character's fine? Do you think something needs to happen with it? James, you said it's fine. Yeah. Hit me with some reasons.
There's a bunch of hate for assets and the things he does. Well, the way that deck works, like. I just think there's enough of it. No one just specifically plays it because Fatality hasn't actually done anything real in like ever for the way it's supposed to be played instead of the momentum ability.
Mm-hmm.
So like, no one's playing anti-removal. Like it's just the best thing you play is I play like a 1 or 2 of Protector so I can make sure I don't get stunned, and it works out the same way. Like,
it's fair. What about you?
Nah. It needs something needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm not in love with it. There's just something a little oppressive about what he can do. Because I'll be honest, we played a really hard game that last game.
I actually think both of them were really.
You got me down to 4. I think the first game actually I was totally fine. I think I was 100%. I was fine. I was so fine. But the last game was genuinely scary. I was at 4 vitality, and I still felt okay. I was like, if he gets me, he gets me. That's okay. At no point during that match was I, like, beating the sweat off of my brow, and I'm like, shit, it's going to be crazy.
Like, I'm also not playing an aggressive deck. I think that deck loses to aggressive decks. I think it'll lose to Kin. It'll lose to things like that.
Yeah, I think it just plays defense better than everybody else, and then like that is a genuine problem with Combat Ash as a whole. But at the same time, I think he's just like a little too. He kind of flies by his own. He flies in his own wing. I think there's something. Because I'm sitting here looking at Combat Ash and like looking at how the deck works, and I've been saying without having played the deck, because this is the first time I've ever had an experience playing with or against the deck, and it's been doing well at the Legendary Wolf online tournaments. It lost to Andy when it played in the Legendary Wolf Weekly. Hey, that's really good to know. I've been like, hey, Dragon's Tongue is the way to go. You blow up his whole staging area, and then he doesn't. Wait, that sucks. And then like I saw a hand, and I looked at it, and I was in the back of my mind going, if I got Dragon Tongue last turn, would I have been okay? And every single hand that I did that on, I was like, yes. Hey, I'll discard and I'll grab this Swordfish. You're not going to kill me the next turn. And then I will build out 4 foundations and hold 1, have a Swordfish, your turn. And then you go and like that's
he'll outpace the slow decks.
Such a strong build.
But he can't do anything against aggressive decks. Like if any of my turns worked where I didn't check bad as Sophidia, I think those matches are entirely one-sided in my way. Because like you were barely hanging on that last match, and if my 2 shotguns I had in hand, one of them hit you, I was fine.
Yeah.
Like I think it just loses to aggressive decks. And no one built an aggressive deck. The most aggressive deck here was your
Astaroth deck.
Astaroth or the Selinka. And Tyler's Selinka deck is like 100 cards. And your Astaroth deck sometimes depends on your opponent phase tanking, and it's just not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, like, we didn't have any aggressive decks to go up against.
Well, I mean, I would disagree with you because, like, Scorpion, right?
It didn't play Scorpion. Oh, you mean
it definitely? I mean, it definitely did in round 1.
Did it?
Yeah. It played Scorpion, and the reason I put it up against Scorpion, honestly, is I think Scorpion had the best bet, because Scorpion says if you block my attack
you burnt it
15 times. If you block 15 of my attacks, you lose. Right? And that didn't get a chance to happen.
Because you don't have to block 15 times.
Correct. Because of how Swordfish and Drossel and reducing damage and whatever.
I think it's going to be fine. Like, If I wasn't playing a defensive deck, I don't think you beat me in that matchup.
So here's how I feel about this deck. I feel it's the same way as like a Dimitri or a Twinkle, right? I don't actually think the deck is so good that it is a tier 0 unbeatable pile of garbage. I think my issue with it is the fact that it's actually just unfun to play against.
Yeah.
Like it's going to exist in the format forever, right? Like the promos are not going to rotate out. Fatality is going to be here for the next year, and that's like the main Fatality and Fatality. Manji
What do they hit
Ninjutsu.
besides Combat Ash?
What do they hit?
Yep.
Uh,
They can't hit combat.
actually,
They can't hit combat.
what you hit is Evil Bow, and that sucks because of how
That card
fun
sucks.
that character, because of how
card sucks.
fun that card is. That card's actually a blast, but my entire turns don't do anything. Like the whole deck falls apart if you remove the Evil Bows, because now I have to find my fatalities
I actually
naturally.
think you just get rid of the fatalities.
I mean,
Fatality's been a problem before. People don't like it.
I don't disagree with that sentiment either.
It
Right?
like aggressively lets you mill for free. Like the mill program still works without fatality. Like you play as well and you play for that. You play mushroom and you double down and you get the 8. If you can max out at 8, you get 8. But like
Of the
Psycho
after you
Energy.
Psycho Energy,
yeah. Like you still that plan still works, but it doesn't selectively go. Oh, you had 3 shotguns, get rid of them.
yeah.
So like
Oh, you had attacks that guaranteed you damage so that you can actually kill me.
you have to
No.
randomly get those 10, which is whatever. But
Yeah.
like the deck still functions the way you want it to without those.
Yeah.
And then Evil Bow, you probably don't play it in that deck anymore or in any of the decks anymore. You do it for fun.
I mean, I'll check this Evil Bow and I'll pick up this Psycho Energy and then play it. Like there were so many
That does
turns
work.
where I was like, I don't have quite enough to pick up a fatality, but I'll easily pick up a Manji Ninjutsu. So then, as opposed to
pick up
playing one fatality on a turn, I'll play 4 fatalities on a turn. Be like, hey, there's 12 attacks gone. Sorry, man.
Yep.
I think my final consensus is like the deck's fine. It's just
It's really annoying
fine.
to play against.
It's annoying, and the point of a game is to have fun.
I think the funniest part is if you are a slow deck and you win game 1, you won the match.
Yeah,
There's
For
no
sure.
way they kill you. You can just go, I'll build one pass.
correct.
I'll build
correct.
one pass. There's no way they're gonna get enough attacks to kill you.
The thing is obviously we played as if we were in finals, right? Yeah. I don't actually think that deck is viable in a tournament setting outside of finals. Like
it does better in Tops and Will and Swiss.
for sure. That's every defensive deck does that. My thing about it
Because
is
aggressive decks.
I don't think it will ever finish a match. Or honestly, maybe even not finish a game. It has to get really lucky for the same way that like an as well defensive mill deck does. I think Ash is more consistent. I think Ash is better, but I think the hour time limit actually
not 100%
might be.
sure on that, just because like the Ash deck doesn't mill extra. Like it doesn't get enough extra. Like you can run a similar build with as well and probably do better.
Well, the thing is like I
Just
don't
get
think
the free assets for defense.
and the defensive assets are what save you,
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like being able to like, hey, I'll turn this bad non-block
Oh,
card
yeah.
in my hand into a swordfish on my board. All right.
But like if you
Eat
can
it.
figure out the defensive capability for like an as well, like on those symbols or whatever, I actually think that's way more explosive. Like it's
for sure.
it's mill 6 minimum on every single attack, every fatality, along with the fatality removal, and then on your opponent's turn, anytime they do anything, yeah, mill 1, mill 1, mill 1, mill 3, mill 3 is just disgusting.
What's your thought, Jeff?
Um,
Obviously, tonight we were not well versed to fight this deck. That's not what happened. We weren't ready for it. Honestly, the deck that I made wasn't ready for it.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe like there's some way to limit the amount of times he can grab assets. I don't know what way that would be, but like,
Do you think that we're gonna see Combat Ash in tournaments?
God, I hope not.
This deck, probably if somebody learns how to speed it up. I think a couple of people try taking it.
So you do think a couple
Like
people
what-
take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on how good the people are too. Because like I don't think you would. I don't think anybody who's newer beats me in that matchup. Like the final we had. I don't think any of the newer players beat me.
Nick Reagan from Patreon says, if you know it's Mill Ash, you just take the free draw and play one pass and never finish game 1 in timed rounds. That's really, really funny. That's
Oh yeah,
super
there's
funny.
no way they beat you.
Yeah. The only other thing that you could do is if they are like real silly fellas. Because like if I were to play that deck, I'd actually have like the secondary out of From Science, right? Like I'd put the From Science with Love in my deck, and like.
Oh, you mean as the
as a secondary win condition? Because I'm already playing
You have to get your opponent to flip though.
there's the asset that does it, the Rio asset. What is that card?
Rio?
It's to add this to hand, flip one of
Oh,
theirs.
yeah, Judgment Day.
Thank you.
The card you said was really bad, and I think that card's nuts.
I said it was bad because I fought 2 6-handers and I could just pick up my fatalities for free.
Yeah, I know that's like
Yeah.
that card.
That card was insane whenever I had to fight against Salinka. That card saved me the whole match.
Why?
Because he was putting my assets in my momentum. And I was like, no, flip that so you don't do that.
Oh yeah, that,
Yeah, Ominous Prophecy.
I think that card's really good in that deck. Just because, like, I'll pick a fatality if you're 7-hander, yeah, cool.
Because here's the other issue that I have with it when it comes to whatever. I think that you could also play a version of, if you just banned Ash, the deck's going to exist with Cassandra. It's going to be slightly worse because you have more of a random.
Aswell does it just as well because like
Sure.
Cassandra's going to be real small. It's going to be Aswell has 31 life.
Yeah.
He keeps that big health.
Yeah.
Like that big ass is the reason you live a lot.
Well, sure.
Because like 20 is nothing. If you
It's
get through.
22, and I think being able to honestly being able to pick up the assets are like the thing that makes that deck work. Like actually, at the same time, there are 4 cards in Aswell's 2 dots kit that lets you just grab a free asset, and so maybe that is enough for Aswell 1 dot to make it happen.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Jeff, is he banned? Should he be banned? Should the deck not exist? Now that you've heard this conversation.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it should exist.
Fair.
I don't know if that. I feel like it's not Combat Ash's fault, but
That's okay. He's like a C tier character.
What?
Yeah, I think he's like a C tier character.
Say that one more time, but actually in your microphone.
I think he's a C tier character.
I think you're insane. I think you're nuts.
I think outside the mill deck, he's a C tier character.
Wowzers.
I think
I'm actually inclined to agree with that.
I think you have to work really hard as like the Earth or the Chaos build to get the right assets out and to get your like build up.
Huh.
I think he's a good A tier character once he gets his
crazy.
assets out.
That's crazy.
But I don't think he has
that you
the
say
defensive
that.
capability without sacrificing his foundation asset base.
Excuse me.
Because I mean, there was already a From Science build played in the campus championship, and it did nothing at all.
See, here's the thing, and we'll do a small sidebar, right?
I was playing.
I think the person that played that deck, I think they were trying to try symbol and do way too many cheeky things with that deck because they are a mad scientist and they want to do all these crazy cheeky things. And genuinely, you just don't need to do anything crazy. From Science with him is nuts. Just play a bunch of throws, get a bunch of momentum, and then just fucking dumpster them. Honestly, like it's crazy. It's crazy
McClunky.
how good it is. I'm looking for our next thing, which is why I'm kind of zooming around.
It's fine. This is one of my.
I think Combat Ash is actually very, very good. That is how I feel about it, at least.
I think he has one deck build, and if you know that deck build, he loses. Outside like Mill.
I mean, you could say the exact same thing about Ken 2 dot, right? Character does one deck build.
Yeah. The difference is it's not as easily compatible as negate your multiple. Like, or negate the momentum gain. Like,
I think he easily could be the best throw character in the game. Ash. Because you can't tell me just having every turn form, discard a card, add Elk Shield to your board is not insane versus everything. Form, discard, add
I'm not
Swordfish,
debating that.
play Vicious Madness, pass. Like, just, hey, I'll play Vicious Madness. All right, I will figure out how to pick this Vicious Madness back up, doing what the fuck ever. I'll play another Vicious Madness. Oh, it looks like my assets saved my life. Shucks. Jeez.
What's the symbols? It's
Chaos, Earth, Death. I think the next deck that I want to make is an M-Bison deck. I want to make M-Bison too, under Chaos. Trying to dumpster people. I want to go and move on to our next topic, which is going to be the retro tier list that I made. I made an entire 4-hour-long stream, and I did not talk to freaking Tyler about this video. Dang it. I'm trying to find...
The chat was already hating on you for it.
What?
Chat was hating on you earlier for it.
What chat?
When we were doing the stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for you guys to hit on me as well.
Bad opinions.
Yeah, apparently. I don't have... That's not a great spot. I think we might just toss it up on the main cast screen. So everybody at home, just bear with me 1 second. Fill the time.
Fill the time.
Got him.
Yeah, man, you've been had.
Super good joke.
Yeah. There's nothing you guys want to talk about to each other about a thing while I get it all actually insane how that just happened.
It's probably because you're trying to transfer like all those images. And
No, it's just on the other screen. I'll be back. I guess Tyler pause it. I am editing this. Please talk to each other. I'm begging.
You just said to stop. Well, we can't see the chat.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to have a conversation with the chat if I can't see them?
It's a good question.
Jeff, how are you?
Look,
Is that weather, huh?
I can't believe you think it's not cold.
Dude, I'm hot as dicks.
I'll never understand.
I'm always hot. Like it's not even the hoodie and the hat either. Like I could take it off and still be hot. It sucks. It sucks so much. Like I have a fan blowing in my room. I think the house is set to like 67 or 66 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Somebody showed me their bin shoemaker list on while we were streaming.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's NJ. Yeah.
It's really fucking cool.
Okay, so up on screen now, Tyler. Now that you've gone back, by Tyler I mean Tam. We have the my retro list. I did like a 4-hour-long stream where I talked about each one of these. Retro is happening at the end of the month. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. Please. Retro. My question is how do you guys feel about all of the champ cards having come off the retro list?
I think it's fine.
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Okay, so this is gonna be like your first look. That is fine.
Is it just champ characters or all champ cards?
It is all champ cards. There's some
there's like
there's
Moon and
some
stuff,
that are going to be
probably.
off. Also with my list, I missed like 6 characters just because like I didn't even go back far enough to look and
Were they old Red Horizon
like
characters?
Yeah. I missed
points?
Yeah, I missed like Sasha 1 dot.
Sasha
and
1, Vesperia 1,
whatever.
All the original promos,
honestly, I looked at him. Who gives a shit? Like, there's nobody there that's like, oh my god, it's so crazy.
Well, Sasha 1 doesn't work. Sasha doesn't work.
So up on your screen, you should be able to see my list, and there will be, as I said, a whole separate video moving out. How do you guys feel about my S tier should be in finals? Just what's your opinion about this list? Hit me with it. Learn me.
Learn you?
Yeah. If you have any questions on what anybody does, please let me know. So in S, since I'll talk, we've got Ben Shoemaker 1 dot, Natalie 2 dot, Phil Birch 1, Vespera 2, Terry 1, Elizabeth 1, Iori 2, I believe.
Yes.
Do you see anybody in there who doesn't deserve to be there?
I'm iffy on, in my opinion, like actually on Vespera. I think she plays a very good defense, but I don't know about her offense.
Okay.
I think she has a lot of really cool pieces, but I don't know how they pan out really yet.
Did you play against the Vespera that I built?
No.
No? Okay.
Maybe? Was it a campus championship?
It was, yeah.
Maybe?
Okay.
I don't remember. And I'm not actually 100% sure on Iori either. Just because, like, we watched that play, and I just feel like it's a little underwhelming. It's not as good as it used to be.
My thought was actually I wanted to put Iori in easily top, but I put it at the very back. And obviously these like don't have any real matter on where they're placed, but I like kind of begrudgingly squeaked him up to should be in finals.
Because of the hype?
Honestly, because it was the first event that we played in retro, and like my brain wasn't on retro. I bet if I remade Iori, because like we have to remake a new Iori deck. I want to have these seven made. Like I'd love to see all 7 of these in one event, right? And then find somebody from easily top.
I'm down to build Natali.
Yeah, and
Since I already built Elizabeth and Terry.
Yeah.
I
Maybe like Jack Lamborn could be tossed up here, right?
Nah.
I haven't seen that.
Let's
played
just
in
throw Pyron
4.5
up in
years.
there.
Pyron is somewhere. So do you guys disagree with my should be in finals? Do you know what Ben Shoemaker 1 dot does?
Nah.
Enhance destroy a foundation. My opponent discards a card.
It's pretty good.
That doesn't say your turn.
Check a
Doesn't say
5
your attack.
after your opponent discards one card. Top card to your momentum.
That's pretty good.
Only playable during your attack.
Card's insane. Card's crazy. I think this. I think Ben Shoemaker's the best character in the format.
I don't. I think if
I think he's nuts.
I think if Cervantes' Ultra Rare existed, he wouldn't be. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be like an A or B, but I don't think he's S tier.
Really?
Yeah, if he doesn't have Cervantes Ultra.
Oh, Sasha 1 is banned. Oh, Vespera 1 is banned. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, I think all of these guys, all these top 7 should like be in the finals easy. This card, Ben Shoemaker 1 dot is gonna make Pure of Heart like real.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you have to play Pure of Heart in your deck.
Play Pure of Heart.
Yeah, you have
Cool.
to. Easily top. Lilith, Jack Lamborn, Sasquatch, King, Goro from King of Fighters, Clark, Bishamon, Takuma, Dave Wagner, Runica.
Is this just retro?
Yes, nobody in standard.
Nobody standard.
Yeah. I could only have 160
Characters?
Images for the tier list, and I still missed and added extra ones. I've got extra boys down at the bottom. I doubled up on. This is a standard legal character. Yep. Whoops. K, one of the K dashes. Athena, Dimitri, Iceman, Felicia, Leona, Bombman,
Dimitri,
CA.
1 dot's legal?
Yeah. Dimitri 1 and 2 are both very legal. In fact, you can stack them, and it's insane. I think it's one of the best Hellfire decks that you can make. Caden, 2 dot, Metal Man, Time Man, Skull Man, 1 dot, Yellow Devil, Super Skull Man, Terry 2, Pharaoh Man, Psyche. Easily top this event. Is there anybody missing?
Can I disagree with some of them first?
Sure, absolutely.
I don't like Sasquatch.
You don't like Sasquatch?
Yeah, I don't think he's that good.
Okay.
I think he's too slow for the format. We're not a format of 7-handers where Sasquatch just comes in and goes, bop.
Okay.
Like, we're a 6-hander format right now. I don't know about retros like super specifically, but I just feel like because of the way the game's built right now, he's a little lackluster.
That's fair.
Same thing with King, but I know King has like you can do some crazy shit because of yin and yang.
Yeah.
And that's just about it. You play that because you can't play Joe Hill.
Correct.
Because if you could play Joe Hill, you play Joe Hill.
Is there anybody on here, Jeff, that you disagree with, having only played in retro like a couple of events?
No.
My
Fisherman's real funny.
What'd you say?
Bishamon's real funny.
Why is Bishamon funny?
'Cause he has a bunch of fucking assets to work with.
He does have a bunch of assets. He is the Combat Ash of that format. Yeah. Bishamon has the same static that Combat Ash does, except for it's only one asset whenever you play cards, and he can check a 4 or 5. Take all of the keywords off of your attack.
He names keywords.
Oh yeah.
He names any number of keywords, and if they get removed from the attack, you get +1 damage for each one.
It's plus X plus 1. So you can just like, hey, I'll remove Reversal, Breaker, and Powerful for 4 damage on whatever attack I want. Yeah. Okay, hits like a truck. Shares.
He has Tamiyose symbols.
He does have Tamiyose symbols. Tamiyose is actually a card. He gets to play Tamiyose.
He's the only one that gets to play Tamiyose.
I put Felicia on this list of easily top because I still think Felicia's like good.
She was one of the characters I wanted to build, but like all of the things I wanted to do were a little lackluster. I wanted to play like a Subblade style like kick slam, and then you just keep getting momentum, and then you Subblade and just keep looping. That's actually my plan for Lilith 1-dot.
Yeah, I think Lilith 1-dot's insane.
Oh yeah,
I easily could have put Lilith 1-dot in finals. Same as Skullman.
In Tessel's Mistral, Subblade, you get Splendor Love, all of Lilith's original attacks, all of Lilith's new attacks.
Subblade being a 7 mid for 3 on base. Nutty.
That you pick up.
That you
like
pick
the
back
biggest
up.
part is you can play 2 attacks, Subblade, flip 2, resolve on multiple, pick up Subblade, do it again.
Yeah. Like it's crazy how that character works. Jack Lamborn picks up Vicious Madnesses for free. He gives your throw attack plus 4 damage, and if it like deals at least half, you pick up, or if it deals damage, you can pick up.
He'll probably play good, I think.
What? Vicious Madness doesn't have that symbol.
I know. Zing does.
You would rather pick up a Zing than a Vicious Madness as you speak into your microphone?
How many times do you get to pick up?
Once.
Then the only one you need is 1.
It says if your throw attack deals damage.
Pick up another?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you Zing.
Uh-huh.
Pick up a Zing, play a Zing. Okay. On an entire string of Nutcracker, Missile Launcher, Scarlet. You wear them down, play Zing for free, because Zing's free.
Sure.
Pick up another Zing and play another Zing.
I don't know, man. I think just 12 damage Vicious Madnesses that you pick up every turn. Just pick up. Seems crazy. Seems nuts. But yeah, I'm down with it. Squeaking tops.
Eva.
What are your thoughts here?
Eva should be higher.
You think so? Like you actually think so? Don't meme on me. You actually think Eva should be higher? Realize, I think if there is a top 8, this character is going to be like 6th, 7th, 8th, right? There's no diversity in this format, right? You think she is as good as the rest of these 20 characters and easily tops and should be in finals?
Yes.
Interesting.
She's
what makes Eva 1-dot so crazy?
She gets the ally engine.
Okay. You know who else gets the ally engine?
Dr. Wily. Do you know
Ben motherfucking Shoemaker under death.
Yeah.
That's.
I also thought that too.
I'll destroy this foundation and
Where'd you put Dr. Wily?
reveal. I put him in
2-dot.
2-dot. He's not in this list because he's standard legal. He was one of the caveats. I would have put him in easily tops if it was starting as 2-dot. And I want to put. I want to say I put him in fun or unknown.
For the other one?
For the other one. If you start as 1-dot, he just doesn't exist.
People were... I remember somebody was complaining because of Alice, because you put Alice in Fun or Unknown.
Yeah. And I'll stand by that. Sorry, NJ.
I think she's in... You were reading it?
Oh, no. We just talked about it a ton.
Yeah. I think she's...
He was in chat as I was making this.
I think she's an A-tier character once the meta settles down.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's really good in the sideboard. And I think she's like perfect in the sideboard. I think any character, and you bring her in for like a singular matchup. You bring her in against blindfold loop decks.
You don't play this game to play. You don't play this game to side characters. You play this game to play characters. So somebody wants to play Alice.
Yeah,
I don't think that makes her bad because you want to side her more. She's an A-tier character because once you know the meta, everything's burn 5.
No, it's not though.
It is.
Like
You're a Punch and Judy deck?
It's
burn 5 or don't play Punch and Judy.
Sure, yeah. I get that, but that's why she's a sideboard character, because you figure out what your opponent's deck does.
So?
And then you bring her in. right?
You do that for a bunch of characters, though.
I don't disagree with you. I think
I think cloud carring is dumb.
All right.
I think side decking into new characters is really dumb. Suck it, Vega.
I cannot agree with you. There is zero chance I agree with you at this point.
I pick a character to play a character, not to play another character. Like
that's totally fine. That is completely and totally acceptable. I made this list as the most objective. What is the best part of the entire game?
And for a game that plays hard staples like Fatality, Nutcracker, Missile Launcher, and all that,
Fatality has not been on a deck list in forever. Literally forever.
I'm saying it because
I totally get that like Nutcracker, Missile Launcher, all of these are good, but Alice One Dot is not consistent enough for me to put her in anything besides fun decks or unknown. Right? I think she's nuts in the blindfold loop deck. I think she's insane. She's the best character that there is. And even then, right? Even then, I think that there was a character that was better instead of her. I'm trying to find out what it was.
What are you talking about? She's just a burn deck.
There was one character that was did her job but better. I cannot remember now.
What was her job?
To stop your opponent from playing the game.
She's a burn deck.
Yeah, I hear you.
Don't think there's any other character that does that besides her 2-dot.
So what's the point of the burn 5? What's the point of it?
To make your opponent burn or not play a card.
Correct. So I think the only deck that she is like actually good against is the Cadence Blindfold, Scarlet Meteor loop deck. I think that's it. I think everything else is. So if you took like the most average person in the whole wide world and you slapped them behind an Alice deck, they're going to lose.
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
Character.
That's not what high tier means.
My bad. She is a complicated character.
Yeah, she's incredibly complicated, and you have to know the entire meta. So let me.
That doesn't make her a bad character.
Let's take it back.
Okay.
I think we're both right here. I think we're both right. This list was made for the upcoming
Average Joe.
The upcoming second round of Retro. This is what the tier list is. Whenever we get to third round, and they've banned Vin Shoemaker 1-dot because Tim Friedley believes me, and all of this, and they've banned Blindfold, I'm going to put her under unplayable. But as soon as the format calms down, and we don't know what it is, sure, we maybe be able to put her up higher. Maybe. For this event that's coming up at the end of this month, she is a fun character.
I just don't agree with it. She's still an A-tier character. Just until the meta settles, she plays like a C tier unless you know what you're doing. You can't just give that to somebody and expect them to do well. You can't do that on a regular basis.
Jeff, what do you think? Do you know what Alice 1-dot does?
I think I picked it up from what you guys said.
Okay, let me explain for the good people at home, just in case. She says response after the ready phase, before the combat phase begins, something. Name a card. Your opponent has to pay 5 vitality to play the named card.
And then E-commit, your opponent burns 1 for each copy of named foundation.
Only playable if you've dealt damage this turn.
Yep.
Or something like that.
Only playable if your opponent's lost vitality, I think.
I think that you're saying that you need like a high-skilled player to play it.
Yeah.
I think if you're playing against another high-skilled player, then they're going to be able to counter it.
Well, yeah.
So...
And then you counter it. Like, the idea behind
I need you to be way closer to that thing.
The idea behind it is you slow down your opponent or force them to pay life to do things. And then when they pay life to do things, you have other things that pay life and make them burn. And then you play reversals. You play other things that make them make choices to either burn them to death or make them not do anything. And then you do your things.
I think that, like, yeah, maybe eventually it could get there, but I don't think so. I think that, like, slowing them down is not necessarily a bad thing.
Here's the biggest thing. Compromise on B tier. She also beats auto the Zoe loop. Yeah, for sure. Just double check in chat. My apologies. Yeah. Just double. The Chad says to just agree to disagree and put her in B. But like, sure. I guess that's fine. Is there anything else? Snake Man's in squeaks. Vincent Gray is in squeaks. Schechter is in squeaks. You sound like you got something.
Is that Ringman down there?
A Ringman is in squeaks.
Ringman.
I think Rikuo's in squeaks because you could accidentally still just tank dive people to death. Kim is in squeaks, but I think you have to play that deck significantly different than the way that it was.
Lily?
I think people have said that Lily was too high. I actually think Lily's okay. I think Lily is okay.
For what we have the meta, yeah, for sure.
My issue is like under the you have to play under water in order to stuff more card pool stuff, and so like why not just play King? Like, and this is purely from like I'm a spike player. I'm only looking at the best cards in the game. Obviously, if you want to play Lily, play Lily. Duh. Like I can't. I'd put everybody in S tier if S was play whatever character you want, right? Objectively, the best characters in the game. I think I should. I just fought against Tim's Guts Man, playing the exact deck that I thought he would be played, and I should drop him down to fun. I thought him with Akuma stuff was way cooler. At the same time, I think I was playing something really lame and degenerate.
Was he playing Sacrifice?
In Guts Man?
Yeah.
In Guts Man.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Bomb Man.
Yes, you are. I was like, what? To answer your question, no, he's not playing Sacrifice. But
I think that Gabriel should be higher.
Gabrek?
Yeah.
Gabrek here?
Yeah.
Why?
It's TK on a stick.
It's actually Quan Chi on Check 4 Quan Chi, which is why he exists in Squeaks to begin with. I don't think that alone is enough to push Gabrek into easily tops, but I could see Gabrek getting 6th, 7th, 8th and be like not surprised whatsoever. Like all of these characters, I could see getting 6th, 7th, 8th and be not surprised. If they got like 5th or better, I'd be like, oh shit, let's go. Any of these characters getting top 5. Any of these characters getting top 5, I would not be surprised. If these characters went undefeated, I would not be surprised. For the S should be in finals. Yeah.
I'm not so sure about Fire.
And I do not see any of these. If any of these characters got topped at all, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, let's go.
I think Satoshi's better than you give him credit for.
Satoshi 1 dot?
Yeah. First enhance is good on a lot of things.
Yeah, it's fine. But I think it's like super fun. I wouldn't hold a candle to it. As somebody who played against Satoshi inside of a campus championship, it was like fine. And he was playing Shadow Slicer, and so he always got +4 speed on his attacks. It's Shadow Slicer +4 speed, +2/+2. So +6 plus it's a 10 high for a 6 on every single Shadow Slicer. Like it was fine. It was nothing to write home about.
Yeah, back in the good old days.
Yeah, back in you shut your mouth.
Please, most of this is older than Tam is.
No, I was talking about the when
With
you could play
Shadow
Shadow Slicer.
This is like
What are you talking about? There easily could have been like a 4th tier that had a couple characters that were in the unplayable. So people wanted me to put an unplayable section here, and that's where I'd put things like Anacharus and Victor.
What's the
and
symbols
Magnet
on,
Man.
What's the symbols on our boy Combo Dash?
What?
What's our symbols on Combo Dash?
Chaos.
Combo Dash?
Chaos. Thanks.
Earth.
I guess Earth
What are you
too.
saying? Combo
Death.
Dash?
Combat Ash.
Combat Ash. Yeah.
He's worse than Retro.
Well, he's not legal, so
Good.
Yeah, they banned him.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sucks that Anachrys is worse than Retro.
Yo, I want to see
Wait, can you
Ash,
explain something to me?
Gauged. Yes, what's up?
Why is Oil Man fun unknown, but it was banned in the first one?
So the reason
promo.
is it was a promo, like he said, and it was for clarity's sake of, hey, these cards for the same reason like all of the assets and foundations were all all
I thought
banned.
it was a different type of ban.
Just for clarity's sake.
Anachrosis nuts.
In retro,
Yeah.
there is no fatality, just so you know.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
We're all good.
That is why he's down here and not up at up at the easily tops.
Good. No fatality. God, thank you.
No fatality, no bang. Bang also doesn't exist in this format.
It'd be real unfun to play these old characters and just get banged, and not have your old character you're trying to play.
Well, Ben Shoemaker laughs at you because how do you fight this character if you don't bang him? How do you fight this character if you don't? Actually, no, you can't fight that character. How do you fight this character if you don't bang? How do you fight Vespera if you don't bang her?
Stop.
Yeah, stop's an option.
Stop.
I think stop's a totally fine option.
Evil bow.
The block reversal? Hell yeah, dude, I'm into it. Destroy Ready Foundation,
Soleil.
seal it. Nouveau Soleil? Yeah. Yeah, I think there's I like my list personally. I think there are a couple things that we could change. But I'm excited to see how the format shakes out. I honestly wish I could find one more person to put into should be in finals, just to do one campus championship. Just
Pyron. No, I'm just kidding.
Pyron's all the way down here and fun, I think. Or
What?
no, he's
it should
in
be
Squeaks.
in Squeak. Yeah.
Just put Lilith 1 dot.
That's kind of how I feel.
Then
I'm
I'll
also okay with that.
I'll choose Lilith 1 dot and Natalia.
No. You're gonna steal my Natalia? I'm gonna play Lilith. No, I'm just kidding.
Didn't you already play Natalia?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're stealing it from me.
You're gonna play it again?
Yeah, because it fucking wrecked that event.
Oh my goodness. So much happened. Okay, let's
Yeah. So I was shocked that he had Lily so high too, Tim.
Guts gets Akuma's tools now. Yeah. It was fine. Keith is definitely A tier. I don't know. Where did I have Keith?
Disbro? Disbro's real good.
I might not have even put him on the freaking
He
list.
might not be. I didn't see him.
I might have just missed him.
Is he down in the bottom one?
No.
On the left there?
No, that's Broberg and
Bittner.
yeah, Paul Bittner.
And it wasn't Broberg, it was Garrett Brett.
Yeah, Garrett.
Did I just miss Keith?
Yeah, you just missed Keith Disbro.
Apparently I missed Keith.
Keith Disbro would probably be an easily top in my opinion.
You think so?
He practically gets a free momentum, free
He
card.
does. It's not practically.
Yeah,
He flips the foundation and grabs the momentum, and then he can exchange a momentum once per turn.
And with things like fiddlesticks and things like
I don't think he has those symbols.
It's air for sure. Life.
I guess we
for
also
sure.
have. I also missed. Man, I missed 1,000 characters. I also missed. Who's the discard? The discard a card. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw a card, or add one of the 3.
That's
I missed 1,000 characters.
Basilia.
No, Basilio, I believe, is on here, and he is fun.
I think he should be at the top, but
You think he's an easily top?
that or
Tell me why he's easily top. Tell me why Basilio San Juan is
the
easily top.
ability to pick up any attack you want is nuts.
Sure. What attack do you want to pick up?
He has shotgun symbols.
Sure, you have to play it first.
So it's a constant throw you get every turn.
Just play a better throw? I don't know. Like,
You just
I hear what you're saying. If he didn't have to first form and he could just form, I'd be so in. Just playing shotgun as like your second or third card. Build 2 shotgun every turn. I'm in.
his death, life, and water.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll hit our third topic. InkedGaming.com. Are you looking to get a custom playmat? Well, then we suggest you check out InkedGaming.com. They have custom playmats, dice bags, mouse pads, and so much more. They have recently added a stitch option to all of their playmats. That's what I get. And mouse pads as well. Inked Gaming lets you play your game with your style. If you want to get 10% off your entire order, please use the code TCGUniversity, all caps, no spaces at checkout, to help support the channel by customizing your game to your style. Cards Custom Build. Are you into cosplay? Looking to get into cosplay? Do you want to show up to events dressed as your favorite character? Well, Cards Custom Build can help. Cards Custom Build creates everything from cosplay accessories like props, trinkets, or weaponry, all the way up to full costumes. Do you want to make a cosplay out of perfectly flowing cloth, or maybe you want rigid battle armor, Cards Custom Build has you covered. Their work is guaranteed to make you the talk of the con. So go over to Cards Custom Build either on Facebook or on their Etsy account. Links will be in the description down below. And make sure you mention that TCG University sent you there, and you'll get 5% off of your entire order. And Dex Protection. Dex Protection is on a never-ending pursuit to create the highest quality storage and protection accessories. Their design and innovation comes from die-hard gamers and collectors just like you. So they know what you want in the products that you buy. They're constantly taking in feedback from their customers, and they have no plans on stopping their innovations or their drive to refine their products until they're recognized as a leader in their industry. They make terrific products, well, all with the avid gamer and collector in mind. So go ahead and check them out. A link will be in the description down below. And with that, let's get back to the show. All right, back at it. Thank you again. Awesome sponsors. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Our last topic of the night is going to be finals week. So James just had this crazy idea. It's James all by himself. Nobody else has helped him about having an invitational style tournament for UniVersus.
No one ever.
Do you want to give some more details about this because I talk too much?
Yeah, sure. In Tam fashion, we are stealing the idea and making it our own from another thing. If you guys pay attention to Smash Brothers, Dragon Ball Z, and I think they also have like a not Warcraft, it's StarCraft. It might be one of the other ones. Dota. It might be Dota. But like if you pay attention to their Summit series, hosted by the Behind the Summit guys. It's more of an invitational style. They invite style tournament where they invite. I think they hold a 16-man bracket, but they start with like 24 players, I believe. It's a bigger number than what ends up in the bracket because they do Swiss and then they go into things. It's a little harder for us since we don't want to have to hold a whole like 3-4 day weekend thing to get one tournament done, and we're not really allowed to do Swiss. Because that would also take too much time to get it done in like a 2-day period, which is like my goal is to get it done in 2 days. If we're able to expand it to 4 days, pretty sick. But the idea is you have your X amount of players, and then because we're not able to do their Swiss into like making seating and whatnot, Jasper's gonna be doing it too, which is pretty cool. So I don't have to do all the hard work like I've been doing. But I've been working on like a PR, the PR ranking we talked about before.
Correct.
And we were just going to use that and then invite players that way. The idea is, say we have 8 players. We're going to have an 8-player invite-only tournament. We invite 5 to 6 players of our own choosing, probably like the top 6 players. And then the last 2 are getting voted in by the community. The idea is you donate X money, which will become part of the prize funding for the players who are showing up for the tournament. And then like every dollar amount you donate gets 1 vote towards a certain X player you can vote for. There'll be like a list of players that like didn't make that top 5 or 6 players for the top 8 tournament or whatever. And you can vote to get those players to get invited to the tournament. And then like we'll have like exclusive merch towards the tournament and towards all that. More detailed. I'm working on a lot of things, but you want to start doing it more currently as a online one, right?
Yeah. So I'll take it from here, I guess, and I'll just talk to Jeff. How much of this have we talked to you about? None of it?
Nice.
Okay. So
I work real hard not to talk about it.
Any questions you have, please ask, interrupt, have a conversation with me. So basically, like what James says, but I'll just say it way better. It is an invite-only tournament, and our goal is to stream and record every match that happens, which is why the tournament's so small, right? Mm-hmm. So the cool thing about the Summit series for Super Smash Brothers is you have a bunch of commentators, and you see every match that happens. A lot of times on the big Evo stages, because of how it works, it is you could miss your favorite player, right? And I care a lot about the content and the story that comes from UniVersus. I care about when was the last time that Mark Tyner and Phil Birch faced off. It was Scorpion versus Cassandra, and Phil Birch, God rest his soul, got his ass beat. Mm-hmm. Coming back into this regional, we can tell that same story, and then obviously watch them on stream, right? And so the plan was to do it in person, but then the big Rona hit, and it's really expensive to fly like 8 people out.
It's real expensive.
Super expensive.
You
for our
pay flights,
dumb
food.
Little hobby that we're doing here, right?
Yeah, we don't get paid enough to
Like
do
we're
it.
trying to be legit. Man, it's hard. Thank you for all the support on Patreon.
Yeah.
But
Chill.
my thought was, we're in this new climate. We should always be adapting and changing. Why not take this format that I think is actually good, like it's a good format, and push it to a 4-person event, right? And have we go ahead and invite 4 people to have a winners losers bracket. What's the name of it? What's it? Double elim. Thank you. A double elimination bracket to figure out who's the best, right? It'll be an all-day thing, and we still get to stream and record every match that happens. And so we have a ton of YouTube content, and everybody gets to see every single game, and it's the highest gameplay possible, right? We picked the 4 best people. I'm talking like, you ready? This is like my dream team. We get Chris Bromley, honestly Scott Sunman if Mark Tyner plays, and then who else?
I gave you a list of all the people that I
There
know.
was a 4th person that I had in my brain who just like streams on the regular, right? And they can stream on their channel and get their viewers up, and then we stream the thing. We have commentary on our end, so on and so forth, right? And really like push these 4 individuals to be the biggest and the best that they could be. Keenan Meadows, ready? Keenan's streamed on tabletop, and like push Tim Keefe is a great one. Yeah.
He streams a lot. That was one of the ones I chose.
And so like we put these big names out there. We put the whatevers in, and we 4 players means 6 sets of matches. Right, correct. And we have a double elimination tournament for them.
And we could even do like Swiss if they're all available for that time too.
Here is the
But like not Swiss, round robin.
Yeah, here's like the big thing about it, right? I would love to be able to get this done in one day.
Yeah.
I want people to watch these matches because they care so much about watching the top level of play. I want the commentary, which is why I'm practicing commentary so much. I think one of the cool things about card games that we don't necessarily have is we don't have like these huge stories. It's not a very good commentator. It's not a very good spectator sport, right? But I think we could make it that, like if we really made it right. So my question is, Jeff, chat at home, who's watching live, let's have a small conversation. What would it take for you to want to watch and spend your whole day watching 4 people
Play for real money.
play for real money?
Welcome to the reality show.
So as you're thinking about that, let me talk about the format and how it works, right? It's going to be 50-minute rounds, and each player is going to bring 3 different decks, right? 3 different characters from 3 different symbols, right? It has to be 3 symbols.
The rulebook I already made?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's exactly the same, but instead of 8-person invitational, we bring it on over. And the way that it works is like in teams, how you can only have X number of cards. In teams, it's 8. For our format, it's going to be 4. So you only get to have 4 of a copy of a card inside of a singular deck. And so the 3 decks...
Inside the singular of 3 decks.
Yeah, inside the singular 3 decks. And so the 3 decks you make are going to be vastly different.
Which is what we want.
There's going to be a small roll-off, which we'll leave that behind closed doors because it's boring, of like who picks what pairing, and then off of whoever picks first gets to like decide turn order, and then you play. Once you've eliminated one of the decks, one person stays and the other person switches into the deck that they want. It's then a 2 out of 3 format. Deck list will be required. Everybody's deck list will be open knowledge. This is not a thing that normally happens in UniVersus. So everybody knows everything. Everybody knows everything. And you can go out and you can find the deck list as you're watching along so that it makes the best spectator sport possible. What are your instant thoughts?
It's kind of a joke, but seriously, no, I would not want to watch if somebody's bringing Combat Ash.
I want you to know, I spent a month figuring out how to do the ban system. Okay, that was a lot of work. That was a lot more work than I wish it was.
You could have just stole it from Hearthstone. You talking about the character ban thing?
So the issue is now then we're trying to figure out. I don't want to get into it, but like the point of it is
we were trying to balance going first and banning because obviously we have 3 decks And the idea is because we're copying Melee and their stage stuff and whatnot. There's a bunch of
Hearthstone.
In Hearthstone.
Yeah.
It
Sure.
sounds like a lot like Hearthstone.
It does.
I want you to know I don't play Hearthstone. I haven't played Hearthstone
Okay.
since
I steal everything I possibly can. It's okay to yoink stuff for the small guy or the little guy.
I didn't. I was trying to come up with this in comparison to others.
I get a good idea. Hearthstone has had it first and made it better.
All right, what are you saying?
I just I spent a lot of time on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the big caveat, right? What I need to figure out is, and we're gonna pull the curtain back. And you're gonna see greedy Monopoly Man Tam, right? How do I get people to help support TCGU? Get people to like pay money for prizes, right? Like out of TCGU pockets is cool. Like it's fine. It's whatever, right?
We would rather not
But
have to do that.
if people would be willing to like, let's say, like the original idea was the vote in, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have
Vote
people
in,
come
pays
in.
money, pays that.
We have 6 people that we have picked. The last 2 is open to the community. We have 4 people, and whoever gets the most votes based on like if you pay $1, it's 1 vote.
We have merge, and every time you buy merge, those go into votes as well.
All right, I have an idea, but I want to preface it. I'll give you this statement, and you can tell me if I should continue with my idea or not.
Okay.
What I am about to suggest might not give you the pinnacle of the pinnacle like matchup, like the highest level of gameplay that you could see.
Sure.
Do you want to know anyway?
I would love to hear it. I would love to shoot down
I've
your
been working on
full
this-
idea as opposed to shoot down your partial idea.
So
I'm totally on. I think we should keep brainstorming. Obviously, I'm totally for the high competitive. But if you wanted to dial it down and make it a little more fun, you could brainstorm a few ideas of like alternate rules, and and have a little donation tab. Donate $1 or $2. This rule's in effect until the next donation for some amount of time.
Interesting. So as the match is happening,
Yeah.
the other thing that we could do is we could hit like kind of like thermometer bars where like if we hit X amount of money, the 4 people playing all decide on a card and ban it for the format. Be like, hey, this card, all the 4 of us, we don't want to deal with this card.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. So the whole point is helping
do it more of
having
like
the
a
community
Kickstarter type of style.
Yeah, having the community pay for the pricing, right?
Yeah.
Because like the point is to, like have these amazing matches and see the highest level play possible. Like for the same way that like I suck at Super Smash Bros. Melee, but I love watching the professional players play.
God,
right?
watching Melee so much fun.
Like it's such a blast, and in order to help our game get bigger and better, having that
need more people to want to watch the game.
right.
Yeah.
Do you think having 3 people and a 4th one voted in, if we gave like 3 other options and a 4th person voted in, vote for your favorite player of these 3? Do you think that's a thing that the community would like?
Maybe.
Chat's being real quiet.
Yeah, that's okay. Tim says in the chat, the issue you may run into is people want to see more than the same 4 players and more than 1x time period. The thing is like, I would love for this to be like a rotating 4 players, right? I would love for
Or like maybe the best player stays. Or
yeah, whoever wins gets to stay, and the other 3 now change. Because the goal would be, if we did this, I would love to do this online every month, every other month, right? Every 60 days, we have a finals week that brings the best of the best. It's a brand new format. Hell, we could just do this with the My Hero format. With Free Love, then you don't get the lasting storylines. Well, the thing is there's enough players inside of our game in order to make that happen.
The idea is,
right?
if we do this enough times, we create the storyline.
Correct. If we like, the underdog story is like I've never heard of this guy, right? I've never heard of
his
X player.
His entire community voted in to get him in.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, they paid us $100 to let this one dude play online. Like, fuck it, go for it.
That $100 is going back to prize support to like go to this one person and to like support everything that's happening. The thing about the you don't get lasting storylines is there are enough good players inside this game to like make it happen. There are.
There are enough people with personalities. They don't even have to be good
Correct.
at this game.
Yeah.
Personalities.
Like back when we first figured out that we wanted to do this, Chris Smith was still in the game.
Yeah.
And Chris Smith was like at the very end of his career was like finally consistently topping. He was like third on my list in order to get in here because he's such a cool guy.
Like when we really wanted to do this, we had such a cool list of people. Like
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of people confirmed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Like funding for it's just so hard.
Yeah.
Like I think I had everybody but the tie-ins ready. Like we had everybody.
Yeah.
Commentators.
Mm-hmm.
We had Judge.
Yeah.
We had everybody.
Yeah, it's and because it's not sanctioned, like we could easily have Ryan Pham or Tim Friedlieb or hell, we could have Jason Horonsky come in and play an event.
Yeah.
You know how fun that would be, right? Hey,
I actually think Ryan Pham said no, but he said he'd judge.
yeah, Jason Horonsky.
real weird.
Jason Horonsky is one of your vote-ins. Does everybody want to see Jason play? That could be easily that could be one of the. I actually really like the thermometer idea. Like one of my thermometer points is we have the final boss of Jason Horonsky where he makes his decks and you play against it at the very end. You have a final boss. That sounds tight. That sounds super cool.
I'm down for this, but the way it has to work is it's a 3-3, no bans. Jason picks first, obviously.
Yeah, duh.
And then the way it is first one to have all three characters lose.
That sounds like it's gonna take so long. Oh, also
Content.
matches are 50 minutes even throughout the whole event.
Yeah, I'm still working on it, but there are no ties. We'll figure it out, but there are no ties.
Yeah.
This is the one I've been spending the last maybe like year on. Is the no ties. It's not that easy.
I don't know.
The no ties part is the fucking nuts.
Well, yeah, because all I can think about, and it sounds like it's something you don't want. I mean, I think it's a really good idea. I think we should do it in something else. But
Do what?
Is all I can think about is just ways to affect the game as
cool
it's
rule sets?
happening.
I like this. I like this idea as more of like our like Discord or Patreon like vote in for what we play for Campus Championship.
What we could do instead of that, right? Is instead of affecting the actual game, the actual tournament, is if there was a fundraiser building up to it, right? And we play this format here at the house, Campus Championship style, and it easily could be bits on Twitch get you whatever, right? Easily, super simple. Changes the rules. I like that a ton, like a lot. If we gave
I like
everybody
just
a
like
list
weird
of rules.
rule sets. Like,
Yeah, everybody gives a list of rules.
That's some of the funnest stuff I did in Yu-Gi-Oh! Freaking the Pegasus League. Oh,
Yeah.
like it was something.
You're welcome, buddy. Great ideas. Think alike. Thanks, nice guy Hobbsy. Said that I said the same thing. I said it as he was typing it.
We could do the same thing as Jasco did for like Red Horizon. This is before your time and definitely your time. They had I believe it was they had like a Red Horizon like theme year where like for like 12 they had this entire like giant planned out format where every single week you had to play a Red Horizon character, X amount of cards that were Red Horizon cards, and then there was still a gimmick on it. Like you could only play 12 cards in your deck. You had to have X amount of foundations, do this X thing. Damage gets doubled, damage is halved, weird things like that for like 13 weeks straight, and we're doing like just like Pegasus League.
well, I mean, they were doing some of that stuff with the pins too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think like the Pen League would be super fun for Campus Championship such stuff. Yeah, I'm down for that. That seems neat.
Since you're in the chat, when are we getting more pens? I want to complete my 12. I want to complete my 13.
He's got
probably
them all.
not for like another year.
Tim's got them all. Tim's got them all up on a board at his house.
Monster.
Taunting you.
Monster.
So we've been live on this podcast for a bit. I want to jump to the post show. Let me know in the comments down below if finals week is something that you'd be interested in from all my YouTube kids.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I want. My issue is like I know a lot of people just don't want to watch the game, so I just have to figure out how to get people to want to watch the game. It's important.
Commentators.
So Pins win, world resumes. Thanks, Free Love.
What if my world's going? Can I?
From all of us here at TCG University, thank you very much for watching the video. And as always, stay alert.
Get learned.
Ben learn.
We will see you guys next time.
Jesus.